can go ahead and get started, please. All right. All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the third annual Graduate Education Awards ceremony. My name is Laura Bauman, and as of yesterday, I'm the new Acting Associate Dean for Graduate Student Affairs. Today, we celebrate a remarkable cohort of individuals, our master's students, PhD candidates, postdoctoral fellows, and the exceptional faculty who have nurtured their growth. With immense pride, and we recognize their academic achievements, exemplary leadership qualities, and unwavering commitment to serving our communities. Before we continue, I'm excited to announce that we have a change for this year. The students on our planning committee voted to have a student MC host this year's celebration. So I will now turn the microphone over to Second Lieutenant Michael Ainsworth, one of our amazing MD PhD students and our inaugural student MC.
Thank you, Dean Bauman. I appreciate that. Hello, everyone. You may have just heard it, but I'll say it again. My name is Second Lieutenant Michael Ainsworth. I am currently an MD PhD student in the Emerging Infectious Disease program, as well as the Wellness Chair and MD PhD Rep to the Graduate Student Council. And it is my esteemed pleasure to be your MC today. To start everything off, I'd like to acknowledge a couple of distinguished leaders that we have here today with us who have dedicated their time and are seated in the front row. So as I state your name, if you want to wave, do a little dance, it's up to you. But I'll start off with Dr. Jonathan Woodson, President of the Uniformed Services University. Colonel Albert Kincaid, the Brigade Commander. Colonel Jay Dinteman, Commandant for the School of Medicine. And Lieutenant Commander Anthony Kaniaru, the U.S. Chaplain. Dr. Seibel Day, Associate Dean for Graduate Education. Dr. Joseph Carvalho, President and CEO of the Henry M. Jackson Foundation for the Advancement of Military Medicine. And Dr. Andrea Stahl, Vice President for USU Operations at the Henry M. Jackson Foundation for the Advancement of Military Medicine. In addition, I would like to extend a warm welcome of gratitude and respect to our students, faculty, colleagues, postdoctoral fellows, supporters of graduate education, and family members who have joined us today in person and online, I hope they can hear me, to celebrate many accomplishments of these magnificent individuals. I now invite Chaplain Kaniaru to give our invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we assemble here to honor wonderful accomplishments of our graduate faculty, staff, and students. We've come to celebrate the human capacity for creativity and critical thinking. We are grateful for the privilege to share and sharpen each other intellectually, morally, and spiritually. Thank you for the gift of curiosity and the confidence to discover and explore new possibilities. Thank you for the ability and knowledge to do good science. Enable us to draw upon the wisdom and experience of yesterday as we respond to the great questions and concerns of tomorrow. It is in your strong name that we ask. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Kaniaru, for those inspiring words. At this point, I would like to welcome President Woodson to the podium to provide some welcoming remarks and to provide the introduction for our guest speaker. Thanks, sir.
Well, good afternoon. Yeah, that was pretty weak. Good afternoon. That's better. Listen, you got to get some enthusiasm going here because this is now the most wonderful time of the year, right? We're entering into the end of the academic year. We're going to celebrate those academic accomplishments of all of our great students in the graduate studies program. We're going to celebrate Dr. Seibel Day, who we are going to miss, who's contributed tremendously to the Graduate Studies program. So let's give him a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. Yeah, this is a special time of year, and we've got a bunch of activities rolling up to graduation or commencement on the 17th, and so just have a great time. Enjoy what you've accomplished and all that you've worked so hard to achieve. So it's my pleasure really to welcome all of you to this third annual Graduate Education Awards ceremony. I'm especially honored to greet our graduate students because I don't often have time to speak to you sort of in person, but also the faculty and the postdoctoral fellows and families. And you know, I understand what you're going through and what you've been through, because I've got a son who went through a PhD program, and it seemed like it was going to be endless for a while, but he got there, and he's one of you, and he educates me all the time on the woes of those experiments that don't go quite well, you know, and you have to repeat them. So you've accomplished a lot, your perseverance. And all of those who are joining us here in Rice Hall, the family members, but also those who are joining us virtually for this celebration. You know, at USU, we are very proud to have 511 graduate students, 2/3 of which are military, 1/3 of which are civilian, across 6 rigorous academic programs, along with more than 30 postdoctoral fellows. That's really impressive. And each one of you plays a pivotal role, a very vital role in advancing a university's mission through education, research, and service, and that's something to be extraordinarily proud of. In just a few short days at this year's commencement, we will proudly confer 59 master's degrees and 43 doctoral degrees, each representing years of dedication, discovery, and personal sacrifice. This past year has been particularly research productive. Our graduate students have published in some of the most respected journals in their fields, including the Clinical Neuropsychologist, BMC Public Health, Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, Molecular Biology of the Cell, Frontiers in Neurology, Military Medicine, and even the Lancet Microbe and Cancer Research. So you need to be very proud of your accomplishments. Your scientific contributions are not only advancing knowledge, they're shaping the future of medicine and public health, both within the military health system and well beyond it. And your scholarship hasn't stayed confined to the lab or to the page. You have presented your work at conferences across the nation and around the world, in places like the Republic of Congo, South Africa, and Spain. And none of you invited me to go, so I'm taking note of that, okay? These experiences deepen your perspectives and broaden the reach of your and impact of your research. And by the way, extends and contributes to the broader reputation of USU. And so we're deeply proud of all that you do. In addition to your academic and research pursuits, many of you have found ways to challenge yourselves and engage in the world in remarkable ways. And let me make mention of a few of these accomplishments. 14 members of our medical and clinical psychology program completed the grueling 18.6-mile Norwegian foot march. Now, I don't know what drove you to do that, but go for it, clearly. USU graduate students demonstrated outstanding performance in national-level academic competitions this year. 6 students from our preventive medicine and MD programs completed the Emory University Morningside Case Competition, taking 2nd place out of 28 teams. 3 health administration and policy students represented USU at the University of Alabama's National Case Competition, and 5 students across multiple programs participated in the National Academy of Medicine DC Public Health Case Challenge, and had their work published in the 2024 Case Challenge Report. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with these case challenges, I am. I used to be faculty at a couple of different schools at Boston University, and one of them was a business school where I had to be a faculty advisor to the teams. a lot of intense work goes into these case presentation, and the competition is very stiff. So congratulations to all of you who participated. Number one, your willingness to participate, but number two, your success in these case competitions. One graduate student completed our new 6-credit teaching certificate in health professions education, tailored specifically for graduate learners. 4 students attended the AAAS Catalyzing Advocacy in Science and Engineering, or CASE, workshop in DC, expanding voices and their knowledge and their abilities in science policy, which is very important for the future, because if you see all that's going on, you have to understand policy to move the field along. And 18 students served as graduate peer mentors, helping build a stronger and more supportive academic community. And that is the commitment to one another, basically, and making sure that we all succeed. So these achievements speak volumes about your passion and your commitment to service. They also reflect the caliber of mentorship and partnership provided by our world-class faculty. And we really need to thank our faculty in terms of shaping graduate students in the next generation of scientists. I'd like to take a moment, however, to address our civilian graduate students. I know you've been through a lot. These last few months have brought unexpected challenges, but your perseverance, productivity, and professionalism never faltered, and I deeply appreciate that. You lifted one another up, and in doing so, you lifted the university and provided role models for how we should act in difficult and challenging times. I want you to know how deeply grateful I am and how proud I am of all of you for how you responded to the events of the last several months. And I also want to make mention of the fact that HJF has just been a superb partner in helping us solve our challenges, and so I want to give a round of applause to Dr. Carvalho and HJF as well. The prestige of the School of Medicine and our graduate programs is strengthened every day by your accomplishments. Today's award reflects the very best of who we are at the university and who you are as scholars, leaders, and future healthcare and health professionals and researchers. Now it's my great privilege to introduce a friend and the keynote speaker, Lieutenant General retired Douglas Robb. General Robb is currently serving as the Joint Medical Chair of the National Defense University and Uniformed Services University. Over a distinguished 30-year career in the United States Air Force, he held a number of positions. He held senior clinical and command positions across the globe, including Director of the Defense Health Agency, Joint Staff Surgeon, Command Surgeon of the U.S. Central Command, and Air Mobility Command. He's a graduate of the U.S. Air Force Academy and holds advanced degrees in medicine, public health, and strategic studies, and is a recognized leader in aerospace medicine and military health policy. So we're very honored to have General Robb with us today to share his insights and his words of inspiration. Please join with me in welcoming him to the podium.
Okay, is this working? Yes. All right. All right. So we're here to celebrate, but I really want to take this time to reflect. Okay? I want to reflect on why you're here. Okay? And I'm going to be talking to the students, and I'm going to be talking to their loved ones. I might even ask some of the students' parents some questions, so be ready, okay? Be ready. So, I'm guessing, to include the military folks, I came across this picture on the website, and I said, this is probably how you thought when you first showed up here at USU, especially the folks on the civilian side saying, what the heck did I get myself into? Yeah, I'm walking around on campus, a bunch of guys in uniform, and they're playing Army, you know, and you're saying, man, I should have gone to Hopkins. And so, but I'm hoping I'm not hoping, I know for a fact that you all who are now coming towards the end of your time here, but even as you spent your first year, I think that you understand why you're here. And I really believe that, and if you haven't yet, I think by the time you leave, you understand why you're here. Okay? This is a special place. This is a special place. So next slide, please. So the first question, why are you here? So let me pull out my cheat sheet here. Where are my EID guys? Emerging infectious disease. Don't be afraid to stand up. Where are we? Okay, where? Over here? Why are you here? No, it's not a rhetorical question. Why do you want to be here? No, why do you want to be here? Why do you want to be here? Seriously.
We were all lured by the emerging infectious diseases
Okay,
kind of mission,
all right.
I think.
And you want to be a soldier, sailor, airman, mean in a civilian capacity to take on that threat, right?
Not in a civilian capacity.
And in a civilian capacity, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, all right. How about my clinical psychology? Raise your hand. Where? Okay, all right. Next slide, please. Okay. So where do you want to go from here? Huh? That's a specific location. Let's get a little bit more on the theological side, okay? Where do you want to go from here? What do you want to do with what the tools and the capabilities that they're giving you here? Where do you want to go from here? Okay, all right. Next slide. Okay, all right. Where are my neuroscience folks? Right there? Okay. All right. How about that third question there? How do you plan to get from here to where do you want to go? You're not the one to, well, you can phone a friend. Okay. Okay. Where do you collectively want to go?
Probably, I think most of us get in this program.
Okay, all right. And the foundation is going to hopefully be set here for you. Okay, great. What attracted you to come here? Yeah, that's who I'm talking to. Yeah.
I'm from a military family. So
Okay.
I like the military.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. So just to kind of taking the time out, some of you are in your first and second year, some of you are coming up on their, towards the end. Let's, just take a time to reflect on. Sometimes we forget, we get wrapped up about, I got this, or what are the mice doing tonight, all that kind of good stuff you guys do, But sit back and think about why you're here, what drove you to be here, okay, and where you want to be, okay? And never, as I had a mentor of mine one time, always keep the end state in mind. So things get tough, right? In fact, it's supposed to be hard. In fact, if it isn't hard, let me know, okay? And then I'll let the front row know, okay? Who will then let the back row know, okay, that we're not hard enough on you. But it's about the journey. And I've had to advise several of the PhD candidates, and I tell them it's about the journey. It's not always about the final product, but it's about the journey. It's getting your PhD and master. It's like a short, condensed life cycle. It's about the journey and what you learn and the skills you learn and your resilience that you learn while you're here. It's supposed to be hard. It should be hard, and you should fail at times. Okay. And like I've often said, it's better to fail here than out there, okay, when it matters, okay? And so always keep that in mind. Next slide. By the way, for many of you who thought you had figured it out, your filed flight plan is not always the actual flight plan. So there are going to be deviations, okay? Some of these instructors are going to give you some in-flight reports that will challenge you to maybe go in a different direction, but that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. And that's a good thing. And that's a good thing. Next slide. So where is your office going to be? When I started going through where you all, I go, oh my God. This is, USU is like the who's who of the federal government. It's like the who's who of civilian academia. Think about that. There's not a whole lot of places that can sit there and say, we place our students in positions around our federal government that matter. That matter. Our students, our master's and our graduate and our PhD students, you are the lifeblood of this university. There's no university without you. Okay? You're woven into the fabric of this university, no matter what college it is. You are woven into the fabric of the military when you graduate. And you are woven into the fabric of America when you graduate. It's all from this campus right here. Next slide. Or here. Holy moly. Anybody here looking, anybody, don't be shy. Anybody here looking to maybe land a job in some cubicle in one of these places? Anybody? Come on. Come on. Back row, where? Which one of these pictures? CDC, the right answer, okay? Right answer. So which program are you in? Public health, okay. All right, so tell your course director that you just got 10 extra points for your test, okay? All right, okay. Some of you are going to end up here. Some of our MD, PhD programs are going to end up here. But let me tell you what, there's no here without the rest of you. The physiology, the advancements in the equipment, okay? The protocols that we're going to use are coming from folks that are sitting in this room, the future. Everybody in this room is in the fight. I don't care if you're in the bench, scientists in the basement, you are in the fight because you're going to contribute to making that happen. Okay? I recognize that, and you need to believe in that. You need to believe in that. Next slide. Or even here. Okay? Especially your EID guys. Okay? Right? Your office is the globe. Okay? And the rest of us are saying, can you keep everything offshore, please? You know, and so think about that. Next slide. You know, some of you are going to be there. Some of you are going to be there. That's where you want to be, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. It's all starting right here. The foundation that you're getting here. And that's what makes this place so special. Next slide. I got this from, actually, Dr. Tracy Como. She kind of paraphrases for me. But the USU Graduate Education builds research leaders committed to public service and our nation. Our nation. Okay? So even if you don't wear the uniform, you're wearing the uniform. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let me find somebody here. Here's our MC. Obviously, he wouldn't be here as the MC if he wasn't the smartest guy in the room. So, okay, LT. Yeah, LT. For our family members in the room, can you tell us what each one of those acronyms stand for? Come on, LT, stand up. And then if you don't know it, somebody help him.
Did he give me a cheat sheet for this?
Hey, come on, fight's on. Let's go.
United States Army.
There we go. Okay, next
Through
one.
my voice over there. Walter Reed Army Institute of Research.
Okay.
Naval Military Research Center.
Yes.
I know that one.
Okay, good.
Uniformed Service University of Health Sciences.
Next one.
NMRC again, part 2.
Okay.
I have no idea what that one is, sir.
EID guys, come on.
I'm the one standing up here.
You can phone a faculty.
Do you know this?
Surveillance. There we go. Okay. Next line.
Food and Drug Administration.
Okay.
I have no idea that one, sir.
Okay. Next.
That one. Health and Human Services.
Okay.
The Center for Disease
Yeah, back row. Okay. Got it. Formerly known as, yes. Next line.
National Student Health.
Okay,
I have no idea the next one.
okay.
I don't know BARDA either.
BARDA?
I'm not alone in this.
Come on, Google. Somebody's Googling this, right? And next one?
I do not know idea either. So.
Defense analysis, okay? So, decent job, LT, okay? So, and you guys end up in the departments of health all around the country, Colorado, Maryland, New York. It's pretty cool, you know? And then you'll go on to be assistant professors right out of here, you know, it's senior scientists, research scientists, fellows, faculty at Hopkins, Maryland, Penn, PSU, even West Point, much to my chagrin, okay? Go Falcons, beat Army, think Navy. I had to work that in there. Okay, so when you think about the magnitude of where you all go, it's absolutely amazing. So we're proud of you being here, and we're proud of you, again, becoming the fabric of our nation. Next slide, please. So, got to give some advice right here, okay? I have two rules. Either you're ready or you're not. There's no almost ready, okay? So when you're doing those experiments, you're doing those trials, you've got to be ready, okay, what Mother Nature's going to throw at you, okay? And when you get out of here, you've got to be ready for what you have trained to do. There's no getting back into textbooks when you're on the forward edge of the battlefield, okay? There's no getting into textbooks, okay, when you've got an emerging threat right in front of you. Next slide. The binary equation. Next slide. Again, I'm going to say it again. There's no almost ready. And the job of this university is to make you ready. The job of the faculty here is to ensure that you are ready to meet those challenges. Next slide. Rule number 2. I don't care what you do, but you just be the best damn whatever you want. Okay? I don't care what field you go into. Okay? You be the best that you can be. There's no second best. Okay? Because the nation's counting on you. Not just our military, but the nation is counting on you. And I believe the best come out of this university. Yes, I believe the best come out of this university. Next slide. And let me tell you what, our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Guardians, Coasties, and their families are counting on you. So no pressure. No pressure. Next slide. Our families, our communities, our town, and our nation, and our global communities are counting on you. So think about that, okay, when you're 3/4 of the way through your dissertation prep, and say, this is too hard. Think about that. Somebody is counting on you. Somebody is counting on you. Don't forget that. Next slide. Your job's going to be pretty simple. Yeah, right. Can't wait to hear this. Okay? Your jobs are going to be pretty simple coming out of here. Next slide. You got to keep them flying. Next slide. Yipper. Okay? Next slide. You're going to keep them maneuvering. Next slide. Yipper. Okay? Next slide. You're going to keep them afloat. Next slide. That's right. And next slide. And you're going to keep them orbiting. Next slide. Okay. That's what you're going to do. That's what this university does. Taking care of our nation. Next slide. At the end of the day, your job is to keep them safe. Next slide. Okay? Remember that as you're prepping for your next test. These folks are counting on you. Next slide. So remember, there's no coming home. No coming home. Next slide. Without all of you. Everybody in this room, faculty down to the first-year student, okay, and the families supporting our students, okay? There's no coming home without all of you. No coming home. Next slide. So I want you to study hard. I want you to persevere. It's going to be tough because our military, but more importantly, our nation, are counting on you all. Okay? Next slide. So I'll ask you one more time why you're here. Next slide. And at the same time, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank to the faculty for being here. But more importantly, thanks to the families for being here. But thank you, the students, for being here, for taking on that challenge. Next slide. Next slide. And then, most of all, thank you for your future public service to our nation and to our globe. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir. Do you want to stay up here for just a moment longer?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, General Robb, for providing such insightful and motivating remarks for our graduate education community, and for giving me a fun little test that I clearly failed.
You realize the makeup test is tomorrow, right?
Sounds good, sir. As a token of our gratitude, we would like to present you with this USU gift of a USU coin for your pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thanks,
Thank you,
LT.
sir.
All right, you bet.
Next, I would like to now ask Colonel Jay Dinteman, Commandant for the School of Medicine, to join me at the podium to recognize our military officers who have been promoted within the last year.
Good afternoon, everyone. A military promotion is a significant achievement in a service member's career. It's a testament to their commitment, mastery of duties and skills, and to the service member's leadership capabilities. Most importantly, though, it reflects the future potential of a service member to serve in positions of greater responsibility. Each of the following individuals has fully demonstrated excellence in their professional field and are well positioned to continue in selfless service in the years to come. When I read your name, please stand to be recognized. Audience, if you could please hold your applause until the end, I'd appreciate it. Major Brianna Allen. Stand. Major Austin Conwell. Captain Jordan Cornell. First Lieutenant Deanna Guzman. Major Timothy Horseman. First Lieutenant Ann McConnon. First Lieutenant Peter McCoskey. Major Christina Nuck. Staff Sergeant Luca Ndungo. First Lieutenant John Roberts. First Lieutenant Shelby Ryan. Captain Daniel Burke. Captain Isaiah Sampson. First Lieutenant Christopher Townsend. And Lieutenant Colonel Amanda Walsh. Well done to you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. It's always a very important time for a military member's career. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Martin Dowdy, Assistant Dean for Graduate Education, to the podium to recognize the graduate students and postdoctoral fellows who have won grants or fellowships within the last year.
Hello. So I'm sure everybody in the audience today appreciates that student research is ultimately enabled by grant and fellowship funding, and how particularly tough that is at this present time. Given how competitive and selective these opportunities are, successfully obtaining extramural or intramural support constitutes a major achievement of any of our graduate students. So I am delighted today to recognize those students that have received these awards during the last year. We're going to begin with intramural awards. Now, the Office of the Vice President of Research at USU generously partners with the Graduate Education Office to annually offer the Graduate Student Research Award. This is an award of $2,500 that supports research expenses for outstanding graduate students working towards completion of their PhD dissertations. So I'd like you to join me in recognizing the 12 winners of this year's award. For the students, as I call your name, please stand, and then we will acknowledge your achievement with a round of applause at the end. So within the MCB program, this year's award winners were Alison Rutchinskas, Megan Doherty, Megan Rasmussen, Matthew Gillen, Bridget Phineas, and Benjamin Epstein of the Molecular and Cellular Biology program. Within the Medical and Clinical Psychology program, Cassie Woganridge was this year's winner. Within the Neuroscience program, winners were Eugene Berezovsky, Diana Chung, Sean Collier, Alexander Graninger, and lastly but not least, within the Preventative Medicine and Biostatistics program, a winner was Brianna Allen. So students, if you're in the room, congratulations on a fantastic achievement. So the Office of the Vice President of Research is very generous. They actually also offer postdoctoral research awards. So we'll do the same run for the postdoctoral research award winners. If your name is called, please stand and we'll give you a round of applause at the end. So we have Dr. Karen Piedmont in the laboratory of Dr. Kimberly Burns, Dr. Michaela Stevens-Smith in the laboratory of Dr. Jordan Verplank, and Dr. Kenneth Elliott, who I know is here for sure, in the laboratory of Dr. Joseph Matapil. So congratulations. So I'd now like to turn our attention and honor those students who've received extramural awards. Obviously, these can sometimes be a little bit more competitive and represent a major achievement of our graduate students. So again, I'm going to go by program a little bit. In the MPS program, the Medical and Clinical Psychology program, we have Aditi Venkatesh, who received the American Board of Clinical Psychology Doctoral Student Scholarship. Aditi is a second-year student under the mentorship of Dr. Tracy Sprocco. Also in MPS, we have Megan Parker, who received the Marion and Donald Ruth Student Research Grant. Megan recently defended her thesis under the mentorship of Dr. Marion Tanofsky-Kraft. We also have Nazarene Morsi, who received an Advocating and Supporting Psychology in Research and Education, Aspire Extern Award. Nazarene is a fourth-year student under the mentorship of Dr. Marjan Holloway. So that's the students in the MPS program. And again, sorry, I should have mentioned, if you're in the room, please do stand up and we'll give you a round of applause at the end. Sorry, just to continue, students in the EID program who received extramural awards this year were Marina Wiley. She received a Mid-Atlantic Microbial Pathogenesis Meeting MAMPM Award, Travel Award. Dr. Alison Seagard received an American Society of Parasitologists Travel Award. Alison is a fourth-year student in the laboratory of Dr. Ed Mitri, and Marina is a seventh-year student in the laboratory of Dr. Angela Melton-Seltzer. So if either of you are in the room, should I say, congratulations. Next, turning to the Molecular and Cellular Biology program, Major Timothy Horseman in the laboratory of Dr. David Burmeister received a 2-year AFRI research grant, and Tim recently defended his thesis in April. Also in the MCB program, Alison Rushkinskas, a fourth-year student in the laboratory of Andy Snow, received an American Association of Immunologists Trainee Abstract Award, and also an invitation to present at their next annual meeting. So congratulations to you two. And in the Neuroscience program, Claire Roby and Summer Paulson received Society for Neuroscience Trainee Professional Development Awards. Both Claire and Summer recently successfully defended their thesis under the mentorship of Dr. Joe McCabe and Dr. Jeremy Rotti, respectively. Congratulations. And in the Preventative Medicine and Biostatistics program, Staff Sergeant Luca Ndugu received a Uniformed Services Environmental Health Association scholarship, and Luca also recently successfully defended his thesis under the mentorship of Dr. Bernard O'Ketch. Congratulations, Luca. Okay, thank you. So now I'd like to turn to the Henry M. Jackson Fellowship Award. The HGF provides a 1-year salary and travel support for an outstanding senior School of Medicine graduate student who is working to complete his or her PhD dissertation thesis. This award is traditionally considered the most prestigious of the intramural fellowship awards available to USU students, and the 2024-2025 HGF Fellowship was awarded to Morena Recadel, a fifth-year student in the Emerging Infectious Disease Program under the mentorship of Dr. Eric Lang in the Department of Microbiology. So Morena, please stand. Now, HGF, being as generous as they are, also provide 2 honorable mentions to students who receive support for travel to conferences. And the 2 honorable mentions for the 2024-2025 award were Rahini Manikam in our MCB program and Summer Polsom from our neuroscience program. So if you're in the room, please stand. And that concludes my honoring of the fellowship and grant awards.
Thank you, Dr. Dowdy. I will now invite Dr. Kenneth Elliott, President of the Postdoctoral Association, to the podium to help us recognize our postdoctoral fellows who have completed their training at USU and will be, or already have, departed for their next career endeavor.
The following individual has completed their postdoctoral fellowship between September 2024 and August 2025. Please stand and be recognized as your name is called. Dr. Angeliki Pilato from the lab of Dr. Kent Warner. Guess she already left. We recognize your research excellence and professional development. Congratulations, Dr. Pilato.
Thank you, Dr. Elliott. At this point in the ceremony, we will now switch to our program-specific awards. To flesh out things, as each presenter comes to the stage, I have the privilege of sharing some insight of each program that each of you may or may not already know. Dr. Andrew Snow, Director of the Emerging Infectious Disease Graduate Program, please join me at the podium to present the Allison O'Brien Emerging Infectious Diseases Award for Excellence in Research. Dr. Snow would like you all to know that approximately 50% of our EID alumni move on to research and leadership positions directly within the federal government. 25% move into academic careers, including postdoctoral fellowships and faculty positions, and another 10% move directly into industry or biotech jobs.
All right, thank you, Mike, and good afternoon, everyone. So as Director of the Emerging Infectious Diseases Graduate Program, I am delighted to announce the winner of the Allison O'Brien EID Award for Excellence in Research. This annual merit-based award is bestowed annually upon one EID student who has demonstrated outstanding accomplishments in research and scholarship. The award is named in honor of Dr. Allison O'Brien, former professor and chair of the Department of Microbiology and Immunology, who we recognize as both an internationally acclaimed bacteriologist and a tireless mentor, educator, and advocate for graduate students, especially those within the EID program. This year's Allison O'Brien Emerging Infectious Diseases Award for Excellence in Research is presented to Morena Recadal. As mentioned before, Morena is a fifth-year student working in the laboratory of Dr. Eric Lang. Morena, please come up to the podium to receive your certificate.
Thank you, Dr. Snow. As you come out to get your award, once you get it, step in front of our beautiful wall of flags for a nice picture. I would now like to invite Dr. Theron Sundaresan, Director of the Molecular and Cell Biology Graduate Program, to present the Molecular and Cell Biology Junior and Senior Student of the Year Awards. The MCB program produces PhD graduates with not only traditional wet lab dissertation projects, but also research-driven almost entirely by in silico methods, using tools such as bioinformatics, machine learning, and mathematical modeling.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the MCB program, I'm very glad to give 2 awards. These awards recognize junior and senior doctoral students in molecular and cell biology program who have been selected based on their academic performance, research accomplishments, and their service to the university and the community outside. I would like to thank the award committee members, Dr. Su, Dr. Du, and Dr. Petrukova. So when your name is called, please come to the front to receive the certificate. The Junior Student of the Year award is presented to Amber Rodriguez Martinez. The Senior Student of the Year award for the MCB program is presented to Major Timothy Horseman.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Kim Burns, as Director of the Neuroscience Graduate Program, would you please join me at the podium to present the Neuroscience Junior and Senior Student of the Year Awards, as well as the Neuroscience Mentor of the Year Award. A fun fact about the NES program is that they just passed their 90th alumni, a commendable feat since its first student enrolled in 1991.
So good afternoon. I'm very happy to present the awards for the neuroscience students this year. This award recognizes the Junior and Senior Student of the Year awards recognize a junior, first or second year, and senior, year 3 or above, graduate student in neuroscience who is nominated by a peer or a faculty member and voted on by the Neuroscience Executive Committee for excelling in program service, research productivity, and for junior students' academic performance. If your name is called, please come to the front to receive your certificate and trophy. This year's Junior Neuroscience Student of the Year is awarded to Isabella Swafford in the laboratory of Dr. Jeremy Roddy. And this year's Senior Neuroscience Student of the Year is awarded to Claire Roby in the laboratory of Dr. Joe McCabe. One more because we're fancy. I'm going to present the Neuroscience Mentor of the Year Award. This award recognizes a neuroscience faculty member who's been nominated by their mentee or mentees for their excellence in mentoring, their commitment to the program, research productivity, and efforts to improve their own mentoring abilities. This year's Mentor of the Year Award is presented to Dr. Joe McCabe, Professor and Vice Chair for Faculty Affairs within the Department of APG.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Dr. Robert Cordham as director of our MD-PhD program and someone who unfortunately sees me way too often for his own good. Please join me at the podium to present the MD-PhD Program Exceptional Service Award. Thanks to the work of Dr. Cordham and many others, starting this year, all MD-PhD students will be commissioned officers for the first time at USU, as opposed to the previous model of commissioning after the third year in their program.
Thank you, Mike. So from time to time, the MD-PhD program likes to recognize those students, faculty, or staff that go above and beyond the call of duty to enrich the lives of our MD-PhD students and to make our program better. This year, we would like to recognize Major Emily Parsons for her tireless efforts in this regards. Major Parsons graduated from the MD-PhD program in 2018, and we were fortunate to have Major Parsons come back to USU as an associate professor of pediatrics following her residency training. Since coming back to USU, Major Parsons has been an outstanding faculty mentor to our current students and has been integral to the success of our program for the past 4 years. As just a few examples, Major Parsons is the faculty mentor for the USU chapter of the American Physician Scientists Association and helped our students write the grant to the ASPA that allowed them to hold the first summer research operational experience workshop series last summer for our medical students. She spearheaded efforts to start a longitudinal clinical skills course with Dr. Renee Mallory that helps our MD-PhD students stay clinically engaged during their PhD training and was co-director of the first iteration of this course. She has helped make contacts between program leadership and U.S. Air Force leadership to increase visibility of our graduates as they go on to their residency training and beyond. And she has been an integral member of our admissions and advisories committees. Emily is an outstanding colleague and friend, and I'm honored to award the MD-PhD program Exceptional Service Award to Major Emily Parsons. And I'll say, as a further token of our appreciation, we also want to present Major Parsons with a special challenge coin from the program. This coin symbolizes the unique journey and strong bonds within the MD-PhD program, and we hope it serves as a lasting reminder of our gratitude to your exceptional service.
Thank you, Dr. Cordum. I would now like to invite Dr. Natasha Chevet, Director for the Medical and Clinical Psychology Graduate Program, to the podium to present the awards for the Medical and Clinical Psychology Graduate Program. For the MPS program, they are a congressionally mandated program, thanks in large part to the efforts and advocacy of Dr. Pat DeLeon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So the Medical and Clinical Psychology Junior and Senior Student of the Year Awards recognize a junior student years 2 or 3 and a senior student years 4 or above who demonstrate high levels of excellence and expertise in psychology to include academic and research achievements, involvement in professional activities and organizations, excellence beyond coursework, and a commitment to their area of study. When your name is called, please come to the front to receive your certificate. This year's MPS Junior Student of the Year is presented to First Lieutenant Peter McCoskey, who's a second-year student in the lab of Dr. Marian Tanofsky-Kraft. Congratulations. All right, and this year's Senior Student of the Year is presented to Lieutenant Junior Grade Jen Lewis. Jen, come on up. Jen is a fourth-year student in the lab of Dr. Jeff Goody and Major Abby Deal. She brought her not yet 1-month-old son, Trey, to celebrate, so congratulations, Jen.
Thank you, ma'am. We will now conclude our program-specific awards with an inaugural award for our newest department, the Department of Health Professions Education. Dr. Steve Durning, as chair of our Department of HPE, please join me at the podium to present the Education Influence Award. The Department of Health Programs Education, being the School of Medicine's newest department, came into existence less than 12 months ago.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. It is my sincere privilege to announce the winner of our inaugural Influence Award in Health Professions Education that goes to our student who demonstrated the greatest impact of their work or influence of their work on what happens within USU and beyond within the educational space. And our inaugural winner is Dr. James Hawkins. James.
Thank you, Dr. Durning. While awards for our preventative medicine and biostatistics program are given during their graduation ceremony next month, we want to ensure that their status as an academic hub is recognized. At this very moment, we don't know about tomorrow, they may have more, but they currently offer 9 different degree programs, including 3 PhDs, 6 master's degrees, while currently boosting careers with 3 different certificate programs. Plus, they're the only department at USU that offers 2 medical residencies. With PMB having over 75 students learning on site, they also have over 250 students expanding their knowledge through global distance learning. We will now present the long-awaited Graduate Student Awards, my apologies. Dean Bauman, if you could please join me at the podium.
Thank you. Our Civilian Graduate Student Community Service Award is modeled after the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. This award is presented to any civilian graduate student who has documented at least 200 hours of sustained, direct, and consequential service, voluntary service. These voluntary activities are provided outside of the student's academic requirements and must have occurred during the student's enrollment at USU. I'm excited to share that the 3rd person ever to earn this award goes to Ms. Cassandra Greiser for her incredible service to the Friends of the Library in Montgomery County. Ms. Greiser defended her dissertation last fall and is in our Emerging Infectious Diseases graduate program. Ms. Greiser, please join me at the podium to receive your certificate.
Thank you, Dean Bauman. I'd like to welcome Dr. Mountain Dowdy back to the podium to present the Graduate Student Leadership Award.
So the Graduate Student Leadership Award is presented to a senior graduate student who has advanced to candidacy and best demonstrates exceptional leadership while simultaneously achieving excellent academic performance. The award is intended to recognize a student who demonstrated selflessness while exercising leadership talent that benefit the well-being of all graduate students at USU. The recipient should possess the personal qualities of sensitivity, reflectiveness, commitment, trust, and integrity. This is the 3rd year of the award, and I'm happy to say the competition was even tougher this year, reflecting the very strong leadership qualities of our graduate student body. This year's Graduate Student Leadership Award goes to Claire Roby from our Neuroscience graduate program. Congratulations, Claire.
Thank you, Dr. Dowdy, again. I'd now like to invite Ms. Summer Paulson, our Graduate Student Council President, who recently defended her doctoral thesis, to the podium to present our Graduate Student Esprit de Corps Award.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Graduate Student Leadership Award is presented to a senior graduate student who has advanced to candidacy and best demonstrates exceptional leadership while simultaneously achieving excellent academic performance. The award is intended to recognize a student who demonstrated selflessness while I am not reading the thing. I was like, this doesn't sound right. Cool. My apologies. The award that I'm actually here to present is the Graduate Student Esprit de Corps Award. This is also presented to a senior graduate student who's advanced to candidacy and who best exemplifies humanistic quantities of compassion, caring, and concern for the well-being of their fellow students by their actions, words, and thoughts. The awardee is nominated by their peers for their actions and chosen by the student body. This person will be highlighted at commencement. The Graduate Student Esprit de Corps Award is presented to Allison Rashinkas from our Molecular and Cellular Biology graduate program. Allison is unable to join us today as she is attending the annual meeting of the American Association of Immunologists, so her principal investigator, Dr. Andrew Snow, will be accepting the award on her behalf.
Thank you, Ms. Paulson. Our next award is the Emma L. Bachman Memorial Award. For this monumental award, I'd like to invite Dr. Kim Burns, Chair of the Emma L. Bachman Memorial Award Committee, to present this award.
The Emma L. Bachman Memorial Fund was established in honor of the late Dr. Emma L. Bachman. She was an associate professor of physiology at USU from 1978 to 1985. Her exceptional abilities as an educator and researcher were recognized both within the university and in the scientific community. Her dedication to teaching was felt by all that were fortunate enough to experience her Socratic methods. In her memory, the Emma L. Bachman Memorial Fund established an annual award that keeps her academic ideals and quest for knowledge alive. An award of $1,000 will be given to a USU graduate and medical student who best represent the ideals held by Dr. Bachman. The recipient of the award is selected competitively based on the applicant's research, academic performance, and community service. This year, we are excited to announce that we had 2 winners. The first recipient of the Emma L. Bachman Award is Miss Megan Doherty, an MD PhD student from the MCB program. The title of Megan's abstract is Advancing Therapeutic Strategies for Uterine, oh no, I don't, that one. Novel treatments and development of an orthotopic tumor model. The second recipient of the Emma L. Bachman Memorial Award is Miss Allison Ruchinskis, also from the MCB program. The title of Allison's abstract is The CBM Complex Governs Activation-Induced Metabolic Shifts in CD4 positive T cells. As mentioned before, Allison is not available, so her PI, Dr. Snow, will accept this award on her behalf. Lastly, I would like to present this year's Honorable Mention Award. The strength of the field compelled the committee to add an award of $250 to the Honorable Mention. The recipient of the Emma L. Bachman Memorial Award Honorable Mention is Ms. Marina Wiley from the EID program. Marina, please join me at the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Burns. I am now excited to welcome the esteemed Dr. Eric Ellister, Dean for the School of Medicine, to the podium to present the prestigious Board of Regents Award.
The Board of Regents Award is the highest honor a graduating doctoral student can receive. This award is given for outstanding academic and research achievements, as well as exemplary contributions to the academic life, welfare, and morale of graduate students. This student is honored for outstanding research on blast-related musculoskeletal injuries that has the potential to significantly improve the care and recovery of military personnel. In addition to publishing 7 peer-reviewed manuscripts and presenting at numerous conferences, this student served as a class academic officer, mentored medical and graduate students, and held leadership positions in various student organizations. They also actively participate in community service initiatives both at USU and in the wider community. The Board of Regents Award will be presented today and be recognized at commencement. The Board of Regents, with pride in her accomplishments and with confidence for an outstanding future career, is pleased to present its Board of Regents Award for this year to Ms. Megan Parker from our Medical and Clinical Psychology graduate program. Megan is unavailable to attend today as she is completing her internship at Brown University, so our principal investigator, Dr. Marianne Tutinsky-Kraft, will accept the award on her behalf. Marianne? Oh, there you go.
Thank you, sir. We will now move on to recognizing 2 faculty members for their exceptional contributions to graduate education. Ms. Summer Paulson, please join me once more at the podium to present the Cinda Helke Award.
Promise to read the correct one this time. Dr. Cinda Helke, first as the director of the Neuroscience Graduate Program and subsequently as Associate Dean for Graduate Education, embodied the terms mentor and academician. Dr. Helke tirelessly pursued the goals of academic excellence in equal recognition for doctoral trainees within the School of Medicine. She gave endlessly of her time to increase funding and stipend support for graduate students. Dr. Helke revitalized departmental programs and worked to expand the interdisciplinary graduate programs to broaden academic opportunities for all students. She was committed to the goal of offering superior graduate education in the basic sciences and devoted her time to creating a scholarly environment for students. We commemorate her devotion to the graduate students by recognizing a faculty member or staff member who is an outstanding advocate of graduate student interests within the School of Medicine graduate programs. This award is nominated by the students and voted on by the Graduate Student Council. I am thrilled to present the Cinda Helke Award to Dr. Sarah Youngbeard, Assistant Professor within the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology.
Thank you, Ms. Paulson. And now, our final award of the afternoon is the Outstanding Biomedical Graduate Educator Award. For this, I would like to invite Dr. Day, Associate Dean for Graduate Education, to the podium to present this award.
The USU Outstanding Biomedical Graduate Educator Award recognizes the outstanding contributions of a USU faculty member in graduate education. Qualifications for the award include excellence in teaching and mentoring graduate students, excellence in administration of graduate programs, and excellence in promoting the interests of graduate students. This is the highest academic award that the School of Medicine can bestow in recognition of excellence in graduate education. The nominee for the award is selected by the committee consisting of senior graduate faculty and graduate students. This award will also be recognized at commencement. We are pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2025 Outstanding Biomedical Graduate Educator Award is Dr. Martin Doughty, Associate Professor in the Department of Anatomy, Physiology, and Genetics, and the Assistant Dean for Graduate Education. Congratulations, Dr. Doughty. Please come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Day. I would now like to welcome Dr. Kara Olson and Dean Baumann to the podium for a very special recognition and concluding remarks. It has been a true pleasure and a privilege to serve as your MC today. I would like to wish all of our award recipients a huge congratulations and a thank you to all who have supported them along their way.
So as most people know, Dr. Day will be stepping down as Associate Dean this summer. We would like to spend a few minutes honoring his immense contributions to this university. Dr. Day, please join us at the podium. Joining USU in 1999, Dr. Day quickly became a driving force in education and research. He revolutionized our medical curriculum, integrating basic science with clinical relevance in the Foundations module and Basic Science Integration course. His innovative approach earned him widespread admiration and significantly enhanced student learning. An esteemed researcher in multi-drug transporters, Dr. Day's work has brought national and international acclaim to our university. His high-impact publications and leadership in the scientific community have elevated USU's reputation. Dr. Day assumed the position of Associate Dean for Graduate Education in 2019. He championed graduate student success, securing vital resources and expanding our incoming class by 10%. He also established crucial fellowships, fostering the next generation of scientific leaders. The GEO, under his steady hand, has become a robust support system, preparing our students to excel as future leaders in behavioral and biomedical sciences and public health. Dr. Day's leadership extends beyond his role as Associate Dean. His service as Vice Chair of the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, His tenure as a module director and his appointment as an inaugural Dean's Fellow all underscore his deep and unwavering commitment to the excellence of this institution. He's consistently fostered collaboration, supported faculty development, and ensured that educational innovation remains at the heart of USU's mission. Today, we would like to honor you with 2 recognitions. To begin, I would like to ask Dean Elster to join us at the podium to present you with the Uniformed Services University's Exceptional Service Medal.
It is with immense gratitude and profound respect that I present you with the Exceptional Service Medal. This medal recognizes your unwavering dedication to academic excellence, your exceptional mentorship of countless students, your innovative educational leadership, and your significant contributions to research. Attention to award. So please rise. For his exceptional service, visionary leadership, and innovative contributions to education and research throughout his distinguished career at the Uniformed Services University, Dr. Sabelday is recognized for his transformative impact on the medical and graduate curriculum, his dedicated mentorship that has shaped future leaders, and his significant contributions to USU's academic excellence through key leadership roles. His nationally and internationally recognized research in multi-drug transporters has brought acclaim to the university. Dr. Day's unwavering dedication to academic excellence, student mentorship, and educational innovation embodies the highest ideals of the Uniformed Services University. Congratulations, Dr. Day.
We're not quite done. Dr. Day, on behalf of the faculty, program directors, the GEO, and the biochemistry department, we are excited to share with you that a brick will be placed on the USU courtyard in your honor. This brick symbolizes the foundational role you have played in building and strengthening the Uniformed Services University. Dr. Day, thank you for your outstanding service. We wish you all the best in your well-deserved retirement.
All right, wow, what a ceremony. Thank you for sticking it out to the end. I know we're a little longer than usual, but thank you all for being here. Before we conclude, I'd like to thank our Second Lieutenant Ainsworth for being an incredible inaugural student MC and our planning committee for their tireless efforts for putting together this ceremony. So you can see our committee up on the screen: Alexander Bon-Balatevsky, Kira Bretler, Zach Gelsek, Allison Seagard, Myra Mendoza, Jerusalem Merrickboo, and Dr. E.J. Young. Thank you all. This is an incredible amount of work that we've started in January, and so I really do appreciate you all coming together to put this ceremony together. I'd also like to thank the Henry M. Jackson Foundation and the Office of Vice President for Research for their sponsorship of many of our awards today. I just have a couple of other notes, and then I promise I'll be done. If you'd like to take a festive selfie, please head to the back of the room to use our USU banner as your backdrop. Our photography team is ready to take your pictures. If you've got those awards or anybody would like a picture, head on back. And in an effort to make this event better and better each year, please take a couple minutes to fill out the feedback form that you see on your screen. So as we now transition to the Hall of Flags for a light reception graciously provided by HJF, please enjoy Wellerman being performed by our Dermatones, USU's a cappella student group. Just making sure that they're here. Thank you all. Please stay seated until the conclusion of their song. Congratulations again to all of our award winners. This concludes our ceremony.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy O.T. The winds blew up her bow, dip down, oh blow, my bully boys blow.
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her the right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow.
Soon may the Wellerman Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and fought all hands to the side who pooned and caught her when she dived down low.
Huh! Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. The Wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all.
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Ha!